Hi guys, how's everybody doing? So much, so much, so much. There's just so much to talk about lately. Uh, so much excitement. I sound so enthusiastic, don't I? So many topics to cover. So many strange events. So much weirdness out there. It's incredible. How much more weirdness are we gonna encounter here? Uh, all right. Well, where we last left off, what happened? A container ship crashed into the Francis Scott Key uh, Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay. That was what started the weirdness, right? And according to Michael, one of my viewers, he says it was intentional. I looked into it and it was intentional. I asked my pendulum, my spirit guides, was it intentional? And yes, it was. And according to what they said, and I quote, it happened to protect the middle class from the rats. Okay. So, the white hats were behind this. Um, so yeah, so that's the first thing that kicked everything off. The second thing was CERN. You may have heard about the particle accelerator being turned on, being fired up. You might ask, well, what does it do? It accelerates protons, but also the nuclei of ionized atoms. An example of that is lead or argon. So and that's kind of like a curious feature because it's like, okay, why would they be doing that? And why so close to the eclipse on Monday? Why would they be doing that? It's kind of strange, okay? And I want to show you a picture of what one looks like. And let me just share my screen. Okay, and as you can see here, this is what it looks like. And then I can't. Oh, there we go. I'm just trying to, because there was something else I wanted to show you, and I'm trying to get this little bar thing out of the way. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. And then this is what the Stargate looks like. And this is from that show Stargate, or there is also a movie called Stargate. I mean, you could look at the similarities, so that it's very questionable. Is it a particle accelerator or is it a Stargate? I would theorize that, it probably does. My feeling is, and other people have said the same thing, that, it does open up portals and it could possibly be a Stargate, an entrance into another world, another planet, another galaxy, etc. So, very questionable things coming up. Um, that's one of the things. And then, you know what? I'm gonna go into that's the other thing, the red heifer. Uh, this red heifer thing. Red cows from Texas have what do they have to do with the war and peace in the Middle East? So Israel's, I guess, exporting these red heifers in order to sacrifice them. The cows he was talking about are red heifers, which now graze a secure, undisclosed location in Israel, occupied in the West Bank. Some Jews and Christians believe they're key to rebuilding the Jewish temple that once stood in Jerusalem and the beckoning the Messiah. I mean, and it says to rebuild it for believers, point to the Bible's book of Numbers, which commands the Israelites to offer a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under a yoke. I don't know what they mean by that, but it's kind of weird. We're not living in biblical times. Why would you do that? It's very strange. I mean, to me, the whole red, first of all, red to me is, you know who, the dark ones, right? Okay, and the fact that they're sacrificing a heifer, sacrifice is not a good thing. If you're sacrificing animals, that's always not a good thing. It's always a bad thing. Um, and they did do that in like the Old Testament. That was like a common thing. But to me, anything, if you sacrifice animals, people, obviously it's not a good thing, you know? So why are they doing this? I mean, I don't think this is about, like, I think it's about like the people that start with the letter C. I think it's about them doing it and doing their rituals during the eclipse. That's what this article is really about. And they're kind of making it seem like, oh, yeah, it's like an acceptable thing. And it really is not. Okay. So, no bueno, you know. Yeah, I would definitely question that. And then the next thing is, which I mean, it's worrisome. I wouldn't say it was strange, but it is worrisome that Iran is giving Israel 48 hours until they attack. Until they attack Israel to retaliate against Damascus because Israel attacked Damascus in Iran. So I think it's already been a day, so it's been like maybe they have 24 hours. But again, this is like getting close to the eclipse, which I think is like really, really, really strange. That's just the strange part about it. Okay, and let's go to local news. Actually, let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. My local news here in New Jersey. It's been very exciting here. Uh, First of all, we experienced some weird weather this week. I think it started, I think Monday or Tuesday it started, and we had like 2 days, I think it was Tuesday, like 2 days of like nonstop rain, like heavy rain for 2 days, wind. It was like a hurricane, and that's very uncommon for the month of April for that to happen here. Okay, it's kind of uncommon. And it was cold. And then, as you may have heard, the earthquake we had yesterday, uh, that was also very uncommon, extremely uncommon. I mean, we've had earthquakes here before. Like I remember one in 2011. I experienced an earthquake, but it wasn't the recent earthquake was not it lasted a few seconds, and honestly, I was at home and I thought that a helicopter was crashing. And that's what it sounded like, and the whole house was shaking. And the house that I live in is pretty strong. It's a strong house, so it takes a lot for, the whole house to shake. And actually we did have an aftershock yesterday. I heard also there was an aftershock today, but not in this area. It was in like Gladstone, New Jersey. So the first earthquake was like 4.8, and then the second one was like 4.4, and then the one in Gladstone was like 3.8. So, I mean, this is really, we have never had aftershocks. It was always just an earthquake and that's it, and then no aftershocks. So that's really out of the ordinary, really strange. And then, now we have this eclipse coming on Monday, also very, not that it's strange, we've had eclipses before, but that the whole preparedness of this eclipse and, you're hearing about, state authorities preparing themselves and then I heard something about in New York State in this specific area, I can't remember where they're expecting 700,000 people to look at the eclipse. That is really strange. Okay. Um, and especially because it's on a Monday. So 700,000 people are going to take off from work and just to go see the eclipse for a couple of hours. It doesn't make any sense. And they expect like roadblocks, like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Another thing that I experienced with this eclipse, like on a personal level, I'm sorry, not the eclipse, the earthquake. On a personal level, I've noticed, especially yesterday, like these synchronicities happening with other people. I've also noticed, especially with this energy, accelerated energy, more like telepathic things happening with other people. Um, and I feel as though this is more of an alignment happening, because and us hopping timelines, I definitely think this is hopping timelines. And especially I was listening to Ishmael Perez and he was saying that there's a bifurcation, like this eclipse happening is a bifurcation of timelines. We're gonna have three timelines. And I've been seeing this three timeline thing for how many years now? For a couple of years, or at least a year and a half or whatever. I've been seeing it for a while. It's three timelines. Okay. Um, yeah, so it's pretty weird and exciting. Another thing, I had this dream the other night. It was in the dream there there were the white hats and the Galactic Federation, and they were both fighting like some enemy. Uh, but it was kind of like more like up in the sky, and people on the Earth could actually see what was going on, could see like the fighting with the ships and everything. Very weird. Anyway, uh, yeah, so that's what I have to report. Let's see, what can we look into today? What should we look into? Oh, wait. Actually, I do have some random questions. Yeah, I have some random questions that I asked with the pendulum. You know what? Let's do cards first. I'm gonna do the cards first. So, let's see, which one should we look into? Which one should we do first? I'm not going to do all of them because it's going to take way too long. I'm going to dive into the red heifer story. All right, so what do we need to know about this weird red heifer story? Okay, so the red heifer, what do we need to know? Oh, got the death card. It looks like they're definitely, yeah, they're definitely, oh, these cards are bad. They're definitely gonna do this thing. This tells you right here. I mean, we've got first we've got the messenger. Um, and this is this can also represent the animal because it's kind of like a young animal. Uh, but this is like a messenger, and I kind of feel like this sacrifice is going up into the sky because I got my eye my eye caught like I got attracted to this here with the clouds and the sky. And they're looking at it as a victory. And this is really like the magician, that's magic right there. Manipulate, there's a manipulation there as well. But I'm getting that this story is actually true. It's a true something that they're planning. Um, you know, and this is the outcome, but you know what? This outcome, it looks like it's going to be stopped. So this is the future. It's going to be stopped somehow. And they're really not going to like it and they're going to be really unhappy. I'm talking about the bad guys. But it's like they're setting out to try to do this. And here's the environment, and it looks like maybe military is going to stop them. Like it looks like it's going to be stopped. It's not going to happen. And these people that are trying to do this are like on their way out. Yeah, they're definitely on their way out. There's an ending here. Like there's an ending. They're on their way out. This is a creative, especially with the three, it's like a creative way of ratting these people out, of finding out who the bad players are. Definitely. I'm getting a lot. I've noticed I've been getting a lot of the hangman in my readings lately. A lot. I've been seeing this card like nonstop. Like everything is about to get suspended. Like things are about to stop. That's what I'm getting. We're really close to things just stopping. Especially now, like in my personal life, I was working and then my contract ended. It wasn't supposed to end and it just like ended like this week. So it's kind of weird. I'm like at a pause. So there's definitely this pause energy coming through. Okay, let's see. What other question can I do here? Um, all right. How about Iran and Israel? Like, what do we need to know about that? Like, what do we need to know? What are we going to see with Iran and Israel? What's the dealio? What is the dealio? Whoa. All right. This is what I got. I got two different timelines, okay? There's two different timelines here. One timeline, which is the one that we are on, which is the better timeline, which is, the higher timeline. I got that there's going to be some kind of like, I'm going to say like a negotiation, um, consultation, negotiation, um, something like that's going to be worked out here. Okay, however, on the lower timeline, like I just got World War III happening. That's like on the lowest timeline. Like pretty much them blowing each other up. That's what I got. Um, so on the higher timeline, it looks like the strategy again is to get rid of the bad players. It's like a creative way of getting rid of the bad players. But yeah, it looks like this is going to cause some unhappiness for people. This is causing fear for people. People are afraid, definitely afraid, of what could happen. It's uncomfortable. I feel like this is really it's a really uncomfortable topic. It's, some lives being lost, but on the lower timeline, it's going to be like a lot worse. Yeah, and it's gonna change. I feel like after this hump of this threat, like it's gonna change, especially after the eclipse. Like relations are gonna change. Moving out of troubled, it looks like moving out of troubled waters here. There's gonna be a new beginning, a new start, some kind of new start with communication. But there's just like something, like some kind of hump that we have to get over first. There's gonna be a hump we have to get over. Let's see, anything else? Maybe we'll do one more. Um, okay, CERN. Let's do CERN, the Particle Accelerator. What do we need to know about this CERN so-called Particle Accelerator? This popped out. I've been getting this card too. Yes, I've been getting this card a lot. It's like a shift, a change. Because it's gonna change. It's gonna change the timelines. And we're already starting to shift towards that because of the eclipses. And I did ask the pendulum what caused the earthquakes. I thought maybe it was you know, the the particle accelerator. The pendulum said no, that it's the eclipse that's causing the earthquakes. And tell you the truth, I've been feeling like more activated than ever. I feel like it's an activation, like a DNA upgrade. It's not a bad thing. It's just shaking things up, literally. My dad calls me yesterday. He goes, "Shake and bake, shake and bake." It's good to be funny, it's good, it's great, it's good to make jokes. Don't take life so seriously. Anyway, we were, yeah, particle accelerator. What do we need to know about the particle accelerator? Or the Stargate? Looks like part of a plan, part of a strategy. Okay, not sure how I can read these cards. So I got five of swords. So, five of swords. I mean, this could be a plan. This could be also like having to do with a battle, a plan, like an operation, Operation Stargate, Operation Particle Accelerator. It's part of a plan, like a military, it could be military, obviously it has to be like more of a military plan. But definitely it there's definitely like in a defensive move here. And here's an agreement. I mean, this could be the agreement, like I said, with the White Hats with the Galactic Federation. They're probably, I would assume, obviously, like working together. Um, this was already announced. The information about the particle accelerator was already announced. That was being turned on. Um, so right now, uh, I'm getting that it's going to affect, like it's affecting the cities more, which that also has to do with the eclipse. Um, and then there's the maybe financial aspect to it. Uh, and people in the cities need to hunker down. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just got this image of like kind of like these entities, and they're not good entities, like kind of like being released in the cities. So it's kind of more like a cleansing. It's a cleansing of the cities and the negative energy. Just hearing this weird noise outside. I don't know. So, yes, okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So the reason why they're doing this is to make certain areas in the country a kinder and more welcoming place because of these entities that dwell there. It's kind of like a clearing, like a cleansing type of thing. Working together with the eclipse, with the energies, with the sun, with whatever that comet that's coming. It's like they're taking advantage of that with this particle accelerator to clear out the negative energy for Mama Gaia, so Mama Gaia can strengthen herself. And again, military presence, there's a military presence here, and then there's the financial aspect of this plan. There's a financial abundance aspect of this plan. Um, Even more like using the technology, using the wisdom, uh, the guardians, which are us, this is all like it's like coming together, okay? Like pieces of a puzzle, it's coming together. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave you with that information. So don't know if I'm gonna make another bit. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. So we shall see. Might not make a video for a while, but who knows? Maybe we will. Maybe nothing will happen. I don't know. Nobody knows, for sure. But anyway, enjoy the eclipse and hopefully I will talk to you soon. And, love and light always to everybody. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. All right. Take care.